Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do an unhaul video. Now, I know that it's been a couple weeks since I've posted, and that is because we are actually moving. We are moving units, so which means we're getting a bigger space. Charlotte gets her own bedroom. We have space for storage. I'm so excited. Like, we don't have to deal with rats anymore. I'm just so happy. And since this was kind of on a whim, like a last minute decision was made like while my grandparents were visiting. So I know that I have some videos that I promised you some videos, which those 2 videos are coming. I'm just doing them later, so I'm still doing a vampathon. I'm just going to be doing it next week because we're moving this week. That is a 5-day reading challenge where you read vampire books, gothic books, spooky books. So I feel like I kind of missed out on that in October just because life has been crazy. So I'm breaking the rules and I'm doing my vampathon in November, and we're just going to pretend it's still October because I feel like I had an okay month reading, but I feel like I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do in October. Like, I didn't even watch any spooky movies just because like life has just been insane. So I'm definitely doing vampathon. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to do a separate video where I go over like the vampathon prompts and my TBR for vampathon and things like that. So I'll post that later, and then next week I will be filming vampathon, and which again cuts into some more of my fall reading, but that's okay. We're just gonna work around it. There's too many books I want to read and not enough time, so we shall see. But so yeah, I got an unhaul video. That is why we're here. I was planning to do this video in December, but again, we're moving and I don't want to take all these books with me. I really don't. Even though we're kind of going like across the street because we're moving into another unit, I just don't want to take these books with me. So I feel like I know what I want to get rid of, and there are some maybes, but you know, if I'm never gonna read it again, why should I hold on to it? And that is my problem, is like I like to hold on to things, but if I have no desire to reread it, let's say I was a 5-star at the time, but I don't want to reread it, or I don't plan to, and it's just sitting there collecting dust, why should I hold on to it, you know? And I have also accumulated some books that I've picked up from our local library for free that I just kind of held on to, thinking that I would get around to reading. And you know, after just sitting on it and thinking about it, I don't think that I will read these books. So I will be donating some of them. Some of them I'm keeping, you know, but that's not what we're here to discuss. So I have 3 boxes for sure of books I will be donating. I was gonna post the ones that are in better condition on Mercari. I already have them posted. Haven't had any sales or anything, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and donate them this weekend when we move and just take them down because, you know, I just want them out of here. I'm doing a whole clean out. I'm donating clothes as well. I just did the other day, so we're just cleaning out, getting rid of junk, things that we don't need, things that we don't care about, because yeah, I just want to start fresh and get more organized at this new place. I did want to update you guys, so I haven't done any reading since my grandparents came here and since we've been packing. So literally I haven't read a book in 2 weeks. Like, I think I've read a couple of chapters. So with that being said, I've been reading this book for quite a couple weeks now. It's not that I'm not liking it. I freaking love this book, you guys. Like, this is now a 5-star recommendation for me. Like, I'm not even done. I still have 100 pages. But you guys, I think Everin is now my favorite MMC. Like, right there with how I feel about Kingfisher. Now I say this a lot, but I seriously mean it this time. I seriously mean it. I am in love with this book. You guys, this is everything you could ever want in a fae romance, spicy fae romance. Even there are vampires in here as well, so you get fae and vampires. Oh my god. Our FMC, she's special. She's what they call star blessed, and I'm just thinking of like Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters, because she has these like marks all over her body, and for some reason they react when she's around Everin. And this is why I'm like thinking maybe they're like connected or fated mates, or what if part of him is like star blessed too? I don't know. I don't know what the reveal is gonna be, but I just know they're connected in some way. Like, that is obvious. And first of all, let me just tell you what this is about and who the hell Everin is, but he's gonna be your new favorite MMC for sure. Our FMC, she is basically sent to the Fae Kingdom to restore their powers and things like that. So her destiny is to be betrothed, eventually be queen. She's human. I kind of think not, but anyways, so she's betrothed, right? So Everin is on the king's guard, and he is her betrothed's brother, the bastard son of the king, and he's also half fae and half vampire. So we've got the fae court and the vampire court, and they're basically in a war and things like that. And there's the humans. Guys, when I tell you this man has the filthiest mouth ever, but it is so good. Like, this man literally uses a book to turn her on and pleasure her and tease her. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just this moment where she gets wounded. I just love when the MMC is like soft and gentle and tends to the FMC's wounds. Like, there's just something about that trope, micro trope, whatever. It takes me back to good old Beauty and the Beast days.
Here now. Oh, don't do that. Just hold still.
That hurts!
If you'd hold still, it wouldn't hurt as much.
Well, if you hadn't have run away, this wouldn't have happened.
If you hadn't frightened me, I wouldn't have run away.
Well, you shouldn't have been in the West Wing!
Well, you should learn to control your temper. Now hold still. This might sting a little. By the way, thank you for saving my life.
My childhood, when Belle is tending to the beast, every time I just have such a soft spot for those moments in books. And there's this part where he's like putting the warm cloth on her wound and she's just like cussing, and I was reminded of how, you know, when Belle put the cloth on the beast's wounds and he was just roaring. So again, I was like getting Beauty and the Beast vibes. And I don't know, again, like in Divergent, there's that moment where Four is tending to Tress, and just moments like that get me every single time. But the tension, y'all, the forbidden love, like, they know that they should not be doing this. They know that they should not be together, and they have to go in secret, and Everin has magic, so he like uses his magic to like hide them from everybody. So they'll like be getting it on a place where someone can just walk in, and he uses his magic to like snuff out the lights, kind of thing. And like I'm just so in love with Everin. I'm in love with their relationship, the tension. It is just so freaking good. And also, going back to the part where he's doctoring her up, he set her on the throne, y'all, to doctor her up. And oh my god, I can't remember exactly what he said word for word, but it was along the lines like, I wanted to take you on that throne and show everyone that you're mine kind of vibe. So I am just so in love. Like, I should have picked up this book sooner. I've been eyeballing it for like a good 2 years, and I'm so happy. Like, I will be continuing the series, and I will be buying a physical copy. So let's get into the unhaul, because this is why you guys are here, right? Just to show y'all, it's these 3 boxes right here, and I'm not getting rid of the crochet patterns. I don't know why this is in here. I'm not getting rid of this because I do want to learn how to crochet. I just haven't had the time. And then these are like, I'm not gonna talk about these because these are just some Bibles that were donated to me, but I already have one, so I'm just gonna donate them, and you know, hopefully somebody in need will find these, you know, because I don't need to hold on to these. So yeah, here we go. Here's the pile I'm working with that I'm donating. So let's go through the first book, the first box. And I have no clue how many I have yet, but I'll just probably put the number here as we're going. First of all, this was like a last minute decision that I put in the box before I started this video actually. And what made me decide to give these away is the Christmas Tree Farm. And I got maybe like 6 chapters in, and Kira was just a raging bitch for no reason. And I understand her character is supposed to be grumpy, but to me, there's a difference between grumpy and just being mean, just being plain mean to be mean. And it was just her attitude for me. Like, I wanted, the cover is freaking adorable, and I know a lot of people enjoy this series, but unfortunately, I don't think it's for me. I just don't. Like, so these are going because I'm not gonna read them ever again. And why should I hold on to it just because I love the cover? So this one wasn't fall at all. I read this with the intention of picking up a fall read. This was the first one I read in the series actually, and I feel like I would have liked it more had it been a summer cover, but no, I was in the mood for fall, and this didn't give that for me at all. And then this one I liked a little bit more, but still it was just it was okay for me. Like I'm not gonna rave about it, you know, so it was okay. So I'm just gonna give these away because I'm sure there is somebody out there that is trying to get their hands on these, you know, that's dying to get their hands on these, because I know that a lot of people love these books, not so much me. So I'm not gonna really talk a whole lot about the books unless like there's something relevant, or if I had like a really bad experience. So because we have too many books and we're gonna be here all day. So Neon Gods by Kate Robert. Again, it was okay, not for me, just very, very smutty. What's Eating Gilbert Grape by Peter Hedges. I already have another copy because I adore this book, so I just decided I don't need to hold on to the paperback. It Ends With Us. Okay, I already have like 2 other copies, but yeah, I bought this because I freaking love the movie, and then I don't know, I'm just not a fan of Blake Lively anymore. Do we need to get into it? You know, to each their own. So I don't want to keep it. Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. I read this for last Summerween, and yeah, just didn't like it. Love the premise, just didn't like it. I might get some shade for this, but Butcher and Blackbird by Brennan Weaver, it just was not for me, okay? Lights Out was. My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I read this again for last Summerween. Really enjoyed it. A cute rom-com. Not gonna read it again. So I recently read this for my 24-hour Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Lees, and yeah, love the first book. did not like this one. You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Again, I read this for my 24-hour readathon recently. DNF'd it. Yeah, and I also DNF'd Better Hate Than Ever, by the way. So DNF'd it, just wasn't for me. I really didn't like the FMC and MMC and didn't like the relationship. Again, I might get some judgment for this, but Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I actually started this last year, and I don't know, it still might be wrong book, right time, but I'll never know because I just have no desire to pick it up. I just don't. So, and I know that there's a lot of Ali Hazelwood fans out there, so I would rather this go to someone that really loves Ali Hazelwood. Now, nothing against her, because I had never read any of her books. This was my first one that I tried to read, and yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember why, but I soft DNF'd it and just don't really care to pick it back up. Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. Again, this one I tried to read last Halloween and soft DNF'd it, and I don't care to pick it back up. Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I read this last summer, and it was supposed to be like the summer I turned pretty vibes, and I don't know, I don't really like it. It was okay, it was cute, but I'm not gonna read it again. And The Summer I Turned Pretty is way better in my opinion. And this one I tried to read last Christmas and couldn't really get into it. The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. So why keep it? I don't really care to try again to reread it. So Jennifer L. Armentrout, Obsidian. I already have another copy. This is the one with the beautiful sprayed edges, so I don't need 2 copies. King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I read this last Halloween, and I think I binged it in like a day or 2. I did like it, but it's not as good as her other Hades and Persephone, Touch of Darkness. Yeah, it's not as good as that one, and I don't care to read the second one. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This was my first Lynn Painter book. It started off really, really good, like really funny, and then it just got annoying, and yeah, it just quickly turned into like a 2-star, almost wanted to DNF for me. I heard her YA books are really good, so I might check those out. One Italian Summer. I read this recently for my last summer vlog, and yeah, I really did not like this one. Mostly it has to do with the FMC, and there is a cheating trope in here. Bridgerton, The Viscount Who Loved Me by, you guys know this probably already, Julia Quinn. I already have like too many Bridgerton editions, and I'm keeping my nice ones, and I decided I just want to get rid of the paperbacks. The only paperback I'm keeping is of Colin and Penelope, the TV tie-in edition, just because I love them. So the other paperbacks I'm just getting rid of. I don't need to hold on to them. Lovely War by Julie Berry. I adored this book. Actually, I'm only giving it away because I'm not going to reread it, but this was a 5-star for me, and this is one of the first historical romances I read when I initially got back into reading during COVID. I'm telling you, I binged this within a day. So good, quick chapters, such a beautiful story, but I'm not going to reread it, and it's just sitting on my shelf. So I just want to donate it in the hopes that someone else will love this book as much as me. A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I will not be continuing the series. I read this as a buddy read last year, and I enjoyed it. It was okay, and like the 3rd act just got on my nerves. So it went downhill for me. It started off great and went downhill. So cute, witchy read, a demon and a witch, but there are better books I've read. Lick by Kylie Scott. Again, this is one I definitely highly recommend, and it is a movie, and the movie is so good, you guys, and I believe this is on KU. Yeah, I'm not gonna reread it. I might continue the series, may or may not, but I do recommend this. I'm just not gonna reread it, so why should I hold on to it? Unless it like impacted my life in some way and changed my world. What's Eating Gilbert Grape, for instance. Like I already reread that book like at least 3 times Like I read it and then read it again and read it again during COVID, and I will probably never reread that book, but I'm keeping it because I feel like it impacted my life. So if it's a book that I really enjoyed but it didn't really impact my life and I'm just not gonna reread it, I'm giving it away. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I am only keeping Ever Summer After. I actually don't own the other two. So I'm keeping I think it's Every Summer After, Ever Summer After. I don't know, I'm keeping the first book because I really loved that book and I annotated it. This one was not good. The third one I freaking loved. The fourth one I didn't love as much. So I want to say the third one, was it This Summer Will Be Different? That one was my favorite out of the series. And then the first book, and then the fourth book, and then the second book. So if I were gonna rank them, yeah, I don't want to keep it. I don't care that like I'm not gonna have a complete series. I don't like this one. Okay, now we have the same book, The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. I already have like 2 copies of this is an extra copy that I guess I accidentally ordered 2. I have 2 full copies of the series, and then this was a show tie-in, and yeah, I'm just gonna give it away. I got it because I love Matthew and Diana, but I always like never know where to put it on my shelf, and again I have 2 copies already. So I'm just gonna keep my special edition and then the UK paperbacks, which I have, which I really like the colors. So I'm just gonna give these away. Hands down, if you haven't read that series, what are you doing? And go watch the show because it's just as good, if not better. Like, the show got me into reading the books. Okay, so now we have Unteachable by Lee Reader. This one was good. It's a student teacher smutty romance for me, but I don't remember much about it. I read this during COVID and I think I actually didn't even finish it, to be honest. Like, it was okay, but I'm not gonna reread it. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This movie shattered me. I love the movie. The book was still good, just not something I want to hold on to. Legendary by Stephanie Garber. We're not going to talk about this, okay? Caravel. The Caravel series is a 1 book series, in my opinion. Caravel, it ends with Caravel. I don't know. Comment, judge me, whatever. Let me know if you think I should just read the 3rd book. I really didn't like Tella's point of view. I tried to read this book twice, and the first time I read a couple of chapters, the second time I got the audiobook and got halfway, and yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you think I should just push through and read it and read the 3rd book, but the first one will forever have a special place in my heart. I love the first one. The Summer I Turned Pretty and It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han. These are the TV tie-ins. I already own the series, so I don't want to hold on to these. I just don't. Like, I feel like I'm okay just having the original paperbacks. And that's the first box. Okay, so this is box number 2. So, Vegas Rich by Fern Michaels. This is one I picked up at the library, and honestly I already own like 20 of her books because Charlotte's grandma gave me her complete Fern Michaels collection, and they are in KU, so I will be eventually checking her books out, but I just don't really want to keep this copy because the set I already have is paperback. The complete Eve Brown series, Chloe Brown. Get a life, Chloe Brown. Take a hint, Danny Brown. The Brown sisters, duh. That's what I'm trying to say. Act Your Age, Eve Brown, by Talia Hibbert. I love this series so much, you guys. This is what got me into rom-coms. I freaking love this book, love this series. I can't recommend it enough. Oh my god, Chloe Brown, love her so much. I'm not gonna reread these, so they're just sitting, collecting dust. So I want someone else to find these books and love them as much as me. I need to give them a big hug because this series is just, it is so good. Oh my god. Hands down 5-star forever. Okay, now I have a couple of thrillers. Again, I don't reread thrillers. The only thrillers I keep are from Freida McFadden. Okay, she is my girl. I love her. I live for staying up till midnight waiting for her new releases every time, and she has my heart. So I'm the only thrillers I keep are by Freida McFadden. That being said, I do have a lot of thrillers I need to read, and that is why I'm keeping them, is because they're on my TBR. And so The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. Alex M. Yeah, I really did like this book. It's recommended if you like Freida McFadden's books. So I did like this book, but I'm not gonna reread it. Bird Box by Josh Mallerman. This is actually one of those that's been on my TBR for quite some time, and I don't think I'm gonna ever read it. Like, I saw the movie, I feel like that's good enough. Goodbye. The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. I loved this book. I loved the movie when it came out on Netflix, and I've kept this for many years, and I'm never gonna reread it. I feel like I kept it because it kind of got me into the thriller genre, but again, I'm just never gonna reread it, so it's just sitting there. The War Outside by Monica Hesse. I think this has to take place at the internment camps. I think I tried to read this at one point and just couldn't really get into it. I don't know, I feel like somebody that really loves history will enjoy this. I just feel like it was gonna be a sad read. It seems like it would be good and like impactful, but again, I've had no desire to pick it up. Historical books aren't really my go-to unless it's Bridgerton. And I actually do have, that's another list I need to get to on my TBRs. I have historical romances because I just started buying them because I fell in love with Bridgerton and Lovely War, and so I just started buying them thinking that that's my genre, but it's definitely not my preferred genre, which I figured that out over the years, so it is what it is. Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. I already have a copy of this one. I guess I bought 2 copies. Nicholas Sparks, The Lucky One, and The Best of Me. I've read a couple Nicholas Sparks books again when I first got back into reading, and they were okay. Movies are way better. So these again have just been sitting on my TBR for so long, and I don't really care to read them because I really didn't like the other couple books I read by him. A lot of people like his work, but to me, I just preferred the movies. Carlos C by Aaron Morgenstern. After reading some reviews, I've decided to just get rid of this. This is another one I picked up at the library for free, so I don't think it'll be for me. I don't know what to call this series. This is again a series I started reading during COVID, and I've held on to this series for so long. Again, like the Brown Sisters, I just loved this series so much, and they are on KU. I would prefer somebody else find this series and discover this series and hopefully love it as much as I do, because I feel like not a lot of people know about this series, and this is like small town age gap romances, and yeah, they're just so good. I don't know what to call this series, but the first one, no, actually I don't own the first one. The first one is The Way We Burn, and they're all by JD Foundry. The second one is From the Ashes. The third one is Lie to Me, and the fourth one is Good for You. And highly recommend these. Like, I've seen nobody talk about these, but I feel like these were just like a gem in a series I discovered on my own, and nobody talks about it, which makes me sad because it was such a good series. This is about Elton John's life, which I just don't really have a desire to read, and it's nothing against Elton John, I just don't really want to read a book about his life. Like I've already read Michael Jackson book and then the Tom Felton book, and you know, they're good and all, but it's just not a genre that I'm really into. And a copy of Alice in Wonderland, like I already have a really nice copy from Barnes and Noble, so I'm just gonna get rid of this little, it's a tiny little book, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Now we're getting into books from the library that I thought I was gonna read, and I'm not going to read them. European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodora Goss. That is a long title. Look how beautiful this book is. It's even got the clear wrap over it, and it's perfect condition. Like, has it even been read is my question. But it's not going to be read by me, so I am getting rid of this one. I don't even think this is the first book. I think this is like in the middle of the series, so I would have to get the first book to even read it. The Secret Life of Violet Grant by Beatrice Williams. Supposedly this is like a really great beach read. It is set in 1938. I just don't know if it'll be for me. I really don't. I'm like, should I keep it and give it a chance? It is set during, hold on, it looks like it jumps around in time. So it's set in Manhattan 1964 and Berlin 1914. So I don't really know what it's about, but it says on the back that this year's big beach read. Again, I have no desire to pick it up. What can I say? Jonathan Crossroads. Jonathan Franzi. I don't know. Look at this. This is a weird title. Like, is this the author's name? Or is this the book title? You know? I don't know. Again, I think this was another romance. 1971 in Chicago. It's like a musician romance. It's something Josh picked for me from he's like, hey, this looks like a book you like, and I just don't know if I will read it, so I think I'm just gonna give it away. But how sweet is that Josh like looks at a book and he's like, oh, I think you're gonna love this, and he picks it up for me. Isn't that sweet? Now I feel like I should keep it. Maybe I will hold on to it. We'll think about it because I'm just wasting time. So I will think about that one because yeah, Josh selected it for me, so we'll see. I just think that is so sweet of him to do. Okay, so these are also, I think these are some thriller, like some cozy mysteries. The Album by Mary Roberts Reinhardt. These are like really old books, but look at the cover. Look at this cover. I wanted to read this for Halloween and never got around to it. There's a head in a bird cage. So that is why I wanted to read it. Ooh, there's a map of a house in here, it looks like. I don't know where it went, but the pages are so old. So I just don't think I will read these. I just don't think I will. Another one, A Quilting Mystery, Quilt or Innocence by Elizabeth Craig. But look at the little corgi. So this is why I kept these, but I just don't know that I will read them. Maybe I'll hold on to it. I don't know. I've never read a cozy mystery, so maybe. Romeo and Juliet. I don't need to hold on to this. It's really old, and I don't know. I would rather have like a nicer copy. But it is. I really love Romeo and Juliet. I've always loved Romeo and Juliet, but again, with these tiny little books, I don't know how to put them on my shelf because they just look weird and out of place. On to the third box. Peeps and the Last Days by Scott Westerfield. I don't know, these covers just remind me of like the early 2000s books, so that's mainly why I picked up these. But I don't think there's like romance in here. It's definitely vampires. I think if there is romance in here, it's very little. This is the second one. The first one says that after an encounter with a mysterious woman one night, Cal's life has changed forever. He's infected with an insidious parasite. Good news, he's only a carrier, still sane without the worst of the symptoms. The bad news, he's infected all of his former girlfriends, and now they're turned into what Cal calls peeps, and the rest of us call them vampires. And it's Cal's job to hunt them down before they create even more of their kind. So I don't think it has a lot of romance into it, but it's just the covers just reminded me of those early 2000 vampire books, which I'll put them here so you know what I mean. But that's why I like gravitated toward these, but I had no desire to pick them up. And then again, another Bridgerton, To Sir Philip with Love, which I actually haven't read this one yet. I'm currently on the 5th book, so halfway. So I do need to finish the series. I might just do a vlog, like finish the Bridgerton series vlog with me or something like that. We'll see. Maybe next year. I do need to get around to those books. Again, this one I already have the hardcover, so I don't want to keep it, and it is damaged. The Family Across the Street by Nicole Trobe. I think this is a YA thriller, and it did have some good reviews, but again, if I want to read it, I can just get a copy from the Libby app, so I don't really care to really hold on to it. Is this a YA? No, I don't think this is a YA. If it was YA, I think I would hold on to it, because I think YA thrillers are more my thing. And then of course Freida McFadden. So this one, it's the place your children feel safe where everything is about to go wrong. So this does seem like it is really good. Shoot. Maybe I will hold on to it. Shoot. We'll hold on to it. Maybe I'll do like a thriller vlog, because I have too many thrillers. Area 7 by Matthew Riley. No clue. Again, I think Josh picked this up. But Josh doesn't read, so Blood and Beauty, I think there's actually a movie on this one, The Borgias, or a TV show. This is by Sarah Dunant, and again, historical setting. I just don't know if I will be able to get into it as much. Like, I like challenging myself to an extent, but I never want to force myself to read something. I just don't anymore. I used to make myself read every book, like read the whole book, whether I liked it or not. So, and then I would constantly get in a reading slump. It doesn't even say what it's about. Sylvia Day, Bar 2, A Crossfire. This is part of the Crossfire series. Again, like, I think I like this one. I read it like long time ago. But there's no need for me to hold on to it. But I know it's like super spicy, like 50 Shades of Grey. The Goal by Elle Kennedy. Is this one? No, I did not read. So The Deal, I had this copy of The Deal, and she changed her covers. I really do like these covers. These are cool covers, and it's so floppy. But I will never have a complete series unless I spend hundreds of dollars, like on Mercari or something, which I'm not gonna do because I already have the sprayed edge set. I can't remember where I got those. I have the sprayed edge set, and it's really colorful, and they've got blue sprayed edges. So yeah, I really do like these covers, and I kind of wish I had a full set. Like, they're really pretty, but again, like, she changed her cover, so I will never get a full set. So I had The Deal and I had The Goal in these original covers, and I did give The Deal away. So I don't know why I held on to this, but probably because I didn't read it, and then I ended up getting the sprayed edge set. So I'm gonna give this away, because if I do read these, which I need to continue, like, I was loving the series, I will just read the set I have. The Glittering Hour by Iona Gray. This just looked like a really good book, and I just don't have a desire to read it. This is a historical romance, so no desire. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I started this and was really liking this book, so again, if I continue, I will just check it out from Libby, because look at this edition. So I honestly picked this up because I've been wanting to read this, and then I just realized as I was reading it, I can just get it from the library or the Libby app. So I'm gonna give this away. In the small books, I don't know, I just don't really like the small books. They're awkward to hold. The papers are really stiff and they look weird on my shelf. So You'll Be Mine by Rachel Huok? I don't know, but this was a gorgeous cover, and that is initially why I picked this one up. I think this is Second Chance. Yeah, it is a second chance romance. I think it's a small town second chance romance. It actually seems really good. Hold on. Hotel manager Ben Carter is not sticking around Hearts Bend. He is just home to sell the inn he inherited from his grandparents. The place holds all his best memories, especially the ones that include regular summer guest Cammie Jackson, but she's been out of his life for years and she's not coming back. Real estate developer Cammie Jackson is ready to take over as VP of her father's company. When the Hearts Bend Inn comes on the market, she wants to swoop it up, if only because of the sweet memories of her favorite summers. The last thing she expects to find is her first love back to sign on the dotted line. Okay, so first love, second chances, sounds good. So I think I am just going to give this away. And then I've got two books by Jane Ann Krentz, Copper Beach and Dream's Eyes. These again are romance books, romance mystery. I think they're romance mystery, but I've been holding on to them and don't have a desire to pick them up. So I don't know if it's like the cover throwing me off, because they are like, they're older books, but or maybe the mystery aspect, I don't know. And then, like, of course you can tell they're old books because the author's photo is on the back. Oh my god, it's so funny when they do that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these. Nothing against her as an author, nothing against the book itself. I just don't have a desire to pick it up. And again, I feel like these kind of books just look awkward on my shelves. For some reason, I just feel like they do. So if I'm gonna read it, I'll just check it out from Libby. Okay guys, that is all the books. Like, I don't even know the total, but I will put it here. Because again, like, I'll be counting as I'm editing. So I'm kind of wondering how many books I'm giving away. And I feel like there's more I could give away. Again, I like to hold on to things is the problem. So yeah, I will be back probably next week after we move. I'm for sure doing Vampathon this month. I just don't, like, I'm shooting for next week, but we'll see. I owe you guys a 24-hour readathon video, which I will be doing, I promise. I'm just sorry that everything's coming later than what I intended, because I didn't realize we were going to be moving. But I'm excited, and it's just a lot because Josh and I do it ourselves, so it's a lot of packing and unpacking and organizing, and yeah. And then of course there's more books I really want to get to in November, and I don't know if I will. Again, my Christmas TBR is crazy long. It's a whole other can of worms. We don't need to talk about that yet. So okay, videos coming. I need to do my Vampathon TBR and where we go over the prompts, Vampathon 5-day vlog, and then a 24-hour reading challenge vlog. So those three will be coming just probably later in the month. So I'm sorry about that. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you, book besties. And don't be afraid to comment. Like, please comment. Like, let me know what you're reading, what you're thinking. Yeah, let's be friends. Okay? Let's be friends. Okay, bye. I can show you the mess I'm working with, of course. So here we go. They're all just in a book pile, a book mountain.